Hi, I'm attorney Eric Trabin. I'm a former state of Florida prosecutor, and I'm a private criminal defense attorney serving throughout Central Florida. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about what to do if the police want to talk to you. Now, normally, the answer to most legal questions is going to be, it depends, because there's nothing that really is going to cover every single situation that could possibly happen. In the case of the police trying to talk to someone, usually connected to a criminal investigation, it's a lot easier of an answer. Now, as a note, it's important to remember we're not talking about cases where you as the individual might be contacting the police because you're a victim of a crime or you need their help. Rather, these are scenarios where the police are coming to you to try to answer some questions about their own criminal investigation. The short answer is less is more, zero is best. Don't talk to the police. No one can force you to talk to the police and turn yourself into a witness against yourself. So if the police ever come to you and ask that they want to talk to you, the answer should be no. Now, it's important to remember that the police might talk to you in different kinds of situations. The police might knock on your door and do what's called a knock and talk, where they just want to talk to you and ask you some questions. Or they might call you up and say, can you come meet us at the station and answer some questions? Now, because of impressions from TV and movies, people think, well, the cops got to read me my rights if I'm going to be at risk of anything. And in those situations, they don't. Those are consensual encounters. A person is free to talk to the police or not talk to the police in those situations. A person can close the door and say, I'm not interested. Or they could say to the officer, no, thank you, I won't be coming to the police station. So if they do agree to talk to the police, it's voluntary, and they don't have to have their rights read to them. And anything that they say to the police, though, can be used against them. On the other hand, if it's what's called a custodial interrogation, which we talk about in another video, the police do have to read what's called Miranda rights to a person. But in any event, whether it's going to be in one of these consensual encounters or a custodial interrogation, the best advice is to not talk to the police. Think about it. If the police are investigating a crime and you're a suspect, there's only one of two possibilities. Either they have enough evidence to arrest you, or they don't. If they have enough evidence to arrest you, nothing you say is going to help you. You will not convince the police of your innocence. Rather, you're just giving them more information that they can twist around and use against you. On the flip side, maybe they don't have enough evidence against you. If they don't have enough evidence against to charge you with anything, then staying silent is still in your best interest, because now they won't have any evidence and they won't be able to arrest you for anything. The police can't use you using your right to remain silent against you. So the fact that someone exercised their right to remain silent isn't all of a sudden going to result in them getting arrested. Instead, a person who is exercising their right to remain silent isn't giving any extra evidence to the police. That's really important. Because the flip side is, if they're talking to the police, anything they say can be twisted around and can be used against you. Not every time the police question someone is it going to be recorded. And in that situation, it's a he said, she said. The police can claim that a person made a statement that may or may not necessarily be accurate. But if a person exercises their right to remain silent, then there's nothing that can be twisted around and nothing that can be used against them. Again, sometimes the police might choose to arrest even if they don't have probable cause, or even if they don't have enough evidence to secure a conviction. That's the difference between being arrested and being convicted. Exercising your right to remain silent is the best way to make sure that you don't get convicted. Sure, it can help you in preventing from being arrested, but sometimes nothing that anyone can do can prevent them from being arrested. But there are things they can do to prevent themselves from being convicted. And refusing to speak to the police is one of the best things they can do to not only preserve their rights, but to make sure that nothing can possibly be used against them, whether they're innocent or not. It's important to make sure that talking to the police don't help. By and large, most police officers are honest, hardworking people trying to do a very difficult job. And they will follow the rules and respect the law. And so once a person utters that magic phrase of, "I want a lawyer," or "I'm invoking my right to remain silent," the police know that they have to stop questioning and they can't go any further. And that's one of the best things to do. If the police are trying to question you or investigate you for a crime, tell them you want a lawyer and you want to invoke your right to remain silent. It's never a mistake to invoke your right to remain silent.